Routine, it's too high a price to pay.
What's that, Norm?
Being fit,
Oh, it's that thing.
getting on the diet. Well, we all want to be fit and healthy, but at what price are you prepared to pay for it? We've got a few stories to tell you.
This is kind of something we've been sort of struggling with lately, isn't it, Norm?
Well, I think if you say lately, that's about 8 years.
And I think it's something that always seems to rear its head when travel is involved. What do you think?
It does. So the dirty little secret is we're all carrying a few extra pounds. I'm probably 15 pounds heavier than I would really like to be, and that my doctor would like me to be. But you know what? It's impossible. And we've tried nearly every diet.
We have tried so many diets, it's untrue, isn't it? In the past.
Yeah, we've been vegan, we've been vegetarian, we've been keto, we've been low carb, we've been carnivore.
Yeah, that was kind of the latest one that we did, wasn't it?
Yeah, so if you want to know how to ruin a cruise, just choose one of those and go cruising.
Yeah, and basically choose one of those diets about 1 week before you go cruising.
So it's no fun about it, and really the slow realization is that we need to keep moving. We need to do some weight training, resistance training with weights, and we probably need to eat a little less than what we're doing. So we've arrived at this, and we think this is the secret for us. We'll probably make another video in 6 months and tell you it wasn't.
But at the moment, this is what we're hoping will help us, isn't it?
I think diet is a cultural thing. Depending on your background, your nationality, your upbringing, that you would probably do well to go back to culturally appropriate food that you had when you were growing up, because food has so many memories attached to it, associations.
Yeah, I mean, there's not only the taste of the food, it's the smell and the appearance of it. And
The comfort.
And it is, because there are so many foods that are comfort foods. But for example, if you want to have pasta or potatoes and rice, then everybody says, no.
All the bad stuff.
I say all the bad stuff. But you know what? We love that stuff. We love having rice. We love Italian dishes with pasta. And in actual fact, on the cruise ships, we love going to like the Italian restaurants, don't we?
Yeah. And we do like meals
yeah.
with sauces and what have you. We used to like eating some French cuisine as well. And, you know, if you go to France or you go to a lot of Italian cities, people aren't hugely overweight, yet they're eating this food. So what are we doing to it? Well, what we think it is additives. And so while we want to eat the types of food that we grow up with, you know, like British for us and Scottish because of my family background in that, it's important to modify it. So try and take out the added sugar. Try and avoid things that are high in sugar. So we, for instance, never grew up with soda or pop.
Oh, no, we didn't.
It was expensive in England, and our parents didn't buy it. We had things like Ribena, which is a concentrated blackcurrant juice.
Yeah, you put a little bit of the juice in, then you fill it up with water, and that was the drink, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was no Coca-Cola for us. We maybe got Coca-Cola once a year on our summer holidays, just for one time. That was who we are. So we're fortunate not to have that as a craving. Much like drinking scotch, I suppose.
Oh, I wonder who has that craving, hey, Norm? Oh, that must be the Scottish bit in your background,
That's my culture. So what we're trying to do is, we've told you in the past, we've got smaller dinner plates.
Yeah.
So it's like a side plate almost. And increase the veggies.
Yeah.
And fruit isn't bad. So fruits and vegetables get, on some of these diets, get a really bad rap that the plants are trying to poison you and fruit is full of fructose and what have you. But they're complete food sources. They have the fiber, they have the sweetness that satisfies your taste. But just make sure you have half your plate of veggies and have some fresh fruit every now and then.
I think it can become so difficult, can't it? Like I remember, Norm, here in the past that we went vegetarian, I think 2 weeks before we went on a cruise, didn't we? And, even though they have things for vegetarians, it became a nightmare for us, didn't it? You had to get a separate menu, you were treated differently.
Well, you had to order the day before for the following night.
And I didn't like that.
And it was also difficult. It was a great discovery.
Yeah.
So in Portugal, for instance, we found every vegetarian restaurant there was in the Algarve. And we had some wonderful meals.
Yes, we did.
But it's quirky.
Yeah.
And we'd be driving 45 minutes to... There was probably 5 vegetarian restaurants in the Algarve when we were.
Weren't a lot, were there? No.
So yeah, that's a recipe for disaster. And of course, it locks you out from the local cuisine.
Which, that's one thing that they say when you travel, is that you can experience the cultures of the country that you're going to, whether it's seafood or
well, in
pasta
Portugal, it's so popular to get fresh sardines and potato. It's a staple in a lot of the restaurants, but we never had that because we were either vegan or vegetarian. And on the last cruise, we were carnivore, or I was. And so just eating hunks of meat, and it's no fun.
No. And because of that, we were sort of eating in the buffet restaurant, weren't we? And we didn't go to the main dining room because all the dishes came with sauces and starches and vegetables.
Right.
And at that time, you didn't want to eat that, did you? So now we're going to have a new look on, particularly when we're traveling, aren't we?
So is it too high a price to pay to be on a diet? Should we just forget about diets? And what we're coming to the realization is, eat culturally appropriate foods that bolster your memories, give you happiness as well. Get moving. Go walking. We're doing that every day.
Yeah.
And maybe add a little bit of strength training just to get those muscles. Because as we age, we're in danger of dieting, losing muscle, which is difficult to rebuild, and you don't really want to be doing that. So we've set ourselves an area where we can fluctuate weight-wise, maybe 3 or 4 pounds, and we don't get worried about that.
No. So if we go up a bit because we've had some of these nice things that we want, then that's okay. We might cut down a little bit the next day, mightn't we? Or we might not have as much bread or something.
So on our next trip to the UK, it'll be fish and chips and pie and chips.
Yeah, pie and chips.
Oh, yeah, mushy peas.
Yeah, in fact, that's one of the things that we're already really looking forward to, because we are starting to book a lot more trips, aren't we?
No, we've got to keep secrets, team.
I know, but you know what? I'm so looking forward to some of those foods that you can get really good in these places where you visit.
Yeah, we're just going to eat a little less.
Yeah.
And we're going to eat greater variety and enjoy ourselves. Yeah. And if we can't shake off those 10 pounds, then it wasn't meant to be.
No. So we are very interested to know if you have problems with eating. Have you found any solutions to the problem? Because a lot of you might be our age group, and it is something we didn't realize was a problem until sometimes you make a decision, it becomes a problem. So we would love you to write the comments below. so that we can talk about things that might help.
And if you're new to our channel, we would strongly encourage you to subscribe to our channel. That way you'll see when we post a new movie and you won't be left out.
And if you would like to give us the thumbs up on the movie, that would be awesome, because it helps our channel to grow.
And we're going to link to a movie right in front of me here. So click on this. We think you'll get a kick out of watching this movie next. So we hope that everybody's keeping well.
And staying safe.
And until the next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Keep eating.